Hello everyone, welcome to Susie Saves. I am Susie, and today it's the long awaited for how much did it cost me to be a bridesmaid at my friend's wedding video. So I have spent a little while just to track down all of the expenses and make sure I had everything. This is going to be a little bit comprehensive, so this will probably be a larger amount than you will need to pay if you have just been picked to be a bridesmaid, but I wanted to make sure to have the top dollar so that if we save for it, we at least don't have a situation where we don't have enough money all of a sudden. So here we are. Let's go ahead and put in "it's for a wedding." So you've just been invited to your friend's wedding. That is so exciting, but you've not only been invited, you've been given a chore. You are a bridesmaid. So for those of you who don't know, a bridesmaid is a party member of the bride. You have specific tasks and things that you do. Normally that is just preparing with the bride, walking down the aisle, standing by the bride as she gets married, and things like that. So you are there to make sure that the wedding goes smoothly. You can always talk to your bride about how involved she wants you to be in the actual wedding ceremony itself, but just be ready, because though the maid of honor handles a lot of things, she may ask you to come up with song recommendations for the DJ, or if people are doing a certain thing, to tell them they are not allowed to do that, and certain things like that. So the friend that is getting married, whose wedding that I went to actually, we're going to be having a discussion about cost of her wedding. It was very expensive. I can just tell by like the atmosphere and all the stuff that they had. So I'm hoping to do another video, maybe going into depth about what she actually paid to have her wedding. I'm doing a wedding next year for myself. However, we are doing it quite cheap, hoping to do everything for under $5,000. I think her wedding was probably like a $30,000 to $40,000 wedding. And I know during the wedding night, actually, they joked about the amount of debt they would be in after the wedding, which I thought was kind of sad, but they found humor in it, so to each their own. Okay, so first things first, if you are part of the wedding party, it is possible that you will be invited to the bachelorette party. So this encompasses a whole lot of different stuff, and it's up to each bride what they want their bachelorette party to be like. For me specifically, we went down to Florida, Bama. This is pre-wedding. On the border of Florida and Alabama here in the United States, all the way at the tippy bottom. We booked an Airbnb for the weekend. I think it was Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And we went to Florida, Bama, the famous bar venue down there, sat on the beach, had fun, yada yada. That cost a lot of money. So we had the actual Airbnb that we stayed in. Just so you know, normally when you host a bachelorette party, the bride does not pay for anything. Everything is split between the members of the party. So we paid our share of the rooms as well as her share for the rooms. Hopefully that makes a little bit more sense. So the Airbnb that we stayed at was $106.25. That's per person. Food was $45. We actually bought groceries and then just split the grocery bill, so that's why it was less expensive. Gas was $108. I do not live in Florida. I am at the top of the country, up in Indiana, so it was quite the trek there and back. And then we had some trinkets. So we had black t-shirts that was like, "Let's go girls," and it was kind of cowboy themed, so we got like pink light up cowboy hats and just little finicky stuff like that, and that was $50, I think. So I'm gonna give a little bit of room here and say that the bachelorette party cost me about $400. This was in October, so it was October, November, December, January, February, 5 months before the wedding. I guess I could put, I don't know what time it was, but we'll say the 25th. And that is a large amount of money to have to suddenly be asked to give. So please, please think about, I've been invited to a wedding, I might be invited to the bachelorette party since I'm part of the wedding party. Yes? Great. Okay. Let's get into it, shall we? So, where are you going to stay? This would be the Airbnb. This is for the actual wedding. Or if it's at a venue, it would be at whatever hotel the bride has booked. The wedding I just went to actually did have a hotel booked. However, it was like $450 a night. And since I'm on the wedding party, I had to be there the night before for the rehearsal dinner. So that would be 2 nights at like a $400 hotel. And that was not happening. So instead, we had 2 Airbnbs. We stopped halfway down because it was a long drive. So this is wedding. So we stopped at a hotel in Knoxville, I think, and then stopped at had a hotel near the wedding venue. That, there are 2 of us, cost $380. Now, I do know Airbnb is kind of getting more expensive than just doing a hotel. Granted, not a hotel connected to the wedding venue would be much cheaper. So just keep that in mind. If you're traveling, please shop around for prices. I do think we could have probably done this for cheaper if we had just went to a hotel instead of an Airbnb. All right, next is travel. So this is, how are you getting to the wedding? Are you flying? Is it fair? Or are you driving? Yes. So for us, it was cheaper to drive. These dates are arbitrary, but it was cheaper for us to drive, though if you have an unreliable car, obviously you can, if it's a long journey or what have you, you might have to use airfare, which could be exponentially more expensive. The gas only cost us $125, which I thought it was going to be more, but we booked it. So we got pretty good miles per gallon on the highway. So yeah, this is obviously, like I said, it's different per person. You can also like carpool if someone else you know is going to the wedding. If it's another friend or something, then that obviously would split some of this stuff in half. This is if you're paying for it all yourself, right? So we're other than the bachelorette party. So just be aware of that. Next is food. The wedding did provide us food, but the wedding was in the afternoon, so we needed breakfast. And we also needed breakfast the day previous, because like I said, we had to be down there a day before for the rehearsal dinner, but we needed lunch that day. So it depends what time your wedding is and also what they serve. I think most weddings tend to be in the evening because people like to drink. So this would also be if you're interested in alcohol at the wedding, if they have a bar that is paid for. Obviously you would need more money in this department. I do not drink, my partner does not drink, so that wasn't really a worry for us. We just got some fast food while we traveled down and the morning of and on the way back, which was $75. Sorry, I feel like I'm rambling so fast. Okay, let's slow it down. Prior to the wedding, you will have to decide what you're getting them for a wedding gift. Modern technology and the internet has made this a lot easier. You can send wedding gifts directly to their house. You could do a cash donation, yada, yada, yada. I would love to say that the amount you spend on the wedding gift should be your closeness to the person getting married, but there's kind of an unwritten rule about wedding gifts, which is they're kind of expensive. I think if you don't really know the person very well, why are you a bridesmaid? But maybe like $150 gift would be good. This was my best friend growing up. We had known each other since kindergarten. We still talk every now and then. I don't know if we're best friends anymore, but this person has been in my life like as long as anyone else has. So I thought it was really, really important. I sent this kind of early, say the 20th. And so I felt the need to give them a fairly large wedding present. For their wedding present, I gave them money towards their honeymoon, and I gave them $500. Like I said, I was other than family, the closest person to this person. So that really depends on you and what you're comfortable with. The bride's gonna be stressed about a lot of things. I wouldn't necessarily go asking around how much they want you to spend on them. But like I said, there are online lists and wedding registries about some stuff they might like. I know that this couple in particular got like a stand mixer, which would be like $300, and some other gifts that were on the more expensive side. So I would budget anywhere from $100 to $500 depending on how close you are to that person. But that's just me. Hopefully, if that person likes you enough to invite you to be in their wedding, they don't hold over you how much you have spent on their wedding gift. But you can only hope. Okay, let's talk about the wedding. So you are in a wedding. What does that mean? Well, it means different things for different people, but there are some things that we need. Depending on what time of year it is and what dress you are wearing, you may want to get waxed. I did not, but I do know some members of the wedding party did get waxed because we had armpits showing, we had some legs showing. So if that is something that you would like to do, it's always good to think about it. And I looked up prices and they were like maybe $70. So you'd have to do that before the wedding. So just be conscious about that. Some other pre-wedding things that you may need to do is getting your nails done. I did not get my nails done. I don't do my nails, but several members of the bridal party did. This is all up to your bride, really. If the bride said to me, go get your nails done, I would have gotten my nails done. That's just like, it's their big day, not yours, so you kind of have to bend to their will. I haven't got my nails done in a long time, but we'll call it $50. I think that's relevant. I'm not sure. And then you need something to wear to the wedding. So this will be your bridesmaid dress. The bride should tell you exactly what dress they want you to wear. I was given the color and a website and some stipulations. So some stipulations were it cannot have a slit that goes above the knee. What were some other stipulations? It could not be long sleeved, and some other things. I directly sent some dresses that I liked to the bride and asked her if they were okay. And she confirmed some, and it was great. The wedding dress itself only cost me around $90, but I'm recording.
Oh, sorry. Is it like over?
No.
Oh. Can you cut out this part?
No. But what?
Oh, never mind then. Don't worry about it. You keep doing your thing.
Okay. Love you. I'll be out in a second. Sorry, my husband busted. He's very excited about something. The actual dress only cost me $90, but when the bride saw it on me, she wanted it to be tailored, which was another $100. So it was $190. And like I said, you can't really say no. So you'll need shoes to wear. The bride should be pretty specific about the shoes as well. I bought mine off Amazon for really cheap, but I would say like maybe $50, especially if you're wearing a heel. So all of these can kind of be as expensive or as cheap as you're willing to go. Like I didn't get waxed or my nails done, so it's kind of really up to you. And the bride, of course. And then Last, we have hair. We had a hairdresser come the morning of the wedding, and that was $70. She put up people's hair, she curled it, she did whatever. I know that this could change, especially if you're like if you're black, if you have special hair types that you maybe need a weave for, or you need to get specific styling for it, this could be obviously a lot more than this. So just keep in mind, what do you want to wear to the wedding? What does the bride want you to wear, right? So this, depending on how much work the hair is, that might need to be done a little bit before the wedding. And then last but not least, makeup. I do not wear makeup. I had to get the lady who came and did our hair also did makeup. She charged $70 for it. I don't know if that is a normal price, I'll be quite honest. But that is what she offered, and that is what the bride asked us to do. So it was what it was. And I think that's it. I think that's about everything I paid for this wedding, which is crazy. There were a few bridal showers that I went to, but because my wedding gift was so large, I did not give them a bridal shower gift. But I did go and show my support. So if you want to add in the gas for that, you could. But it was up here. It was local because her family's local. So it was like a 5-10 minute drive. It was not like that big of a deal. So that being said, this wedding, let's see how much it cost me. Granted, it's not my wedding. Woo-wee! $1,980. That is a lot of money. So the wedding cost me about $2,000. I've looked online and it looks like this is fairly average for a wedding. Granted, I did add in the bachelorette party because it is something you're going to have to look at most likely. So that's kind of that. I hope you I hope you enjoyed. I hope this helps you if you've been invited to a wedding or you just wanted to know how much does that cost. Because you might be a bride asking some people to be your bridesmaids, and maybe just think about how much it costs them to travel states away. And, fancy dresses and whatnot. But, your wedding is your big day, and it's their big day. And if you love them, find a way to budget it and make it work. Yeah. Thank you everyone so much for coming today. I super duper appreciate you and your faces. I hope you have an amazing day. Make sure to hit subscribe if you like this video. Comment if you're going to have a wedding soon, or what you think your fantasy wedding might look like in the future. And I will see you next time. Have a good night.